What makes a seed catalog good? And what makes a good catalog the best? Join me as I discuss what I think are the best garden seed catalogs. Hi, I'm GardenerScott, and I discuss everything gardening. Today, it's seed catalogs. And not just any seed catalogs, but the best seed catalogs, in my opinion. And I've been ordering from catalogs for many, many years. I do encourage that you support your local nurseries and your local seed co-ops, and even go to your local seed libraries whenever possible. But seed catalogs offer some advantages that the other sources don't necessarily have. Seed catalogs make seed buying easy. In the comfort of your chair, you can choose what you want, order, and have them delivered and never leave your house. They also give you great variety in your choice. While a nursery probably has a pretty good selection of seeds, you can find thousands and thousands of different varieties just by perusing a few different catalogs. And what I really like about catalogs are the pictures, because they motivate me. They give me the ideas of what I can grow, what I should grow, and what I will grow in my garden in the upcoming season. So what am I looking for to determine whether a seed catalog is good? And all of these are good. Or in today's case, the 5 that I will highlight as the best. Well, I like to be informed as a gardener. I like to know about what I'm buying. In this case, it's seeds. Now, if I'm going to buy a seed, I like to know how to take care of it and how to take care of the plant, and even when and how to harvest. And the best catalogs are filled with information. It gives me everything I want to know. There are some great seed companies out there that just don't have very good seed catalogs. And especially for new gardeners, I think a great catalog can really make the difference between your success and your failure in the garden. Because if you're trying something new in particular, and this actually holds true for old experienced gardeners, if you don't know how to take care of it, if you don't know what it's going to look like, if you don't know what to expect, you're kind of gambling by buying seeds from a catalog that doesn't give you all that information. So I'm going to highlight for you the ones that I think are best, particularly for new gardeners. And I'll also show a few others that I think are good for more experienced gardeners because they have great selections, but not necessarily the easy to find information. I'd like to get your opinion on seed catalogs. I'm guessing that some of these that I will highlight as the best are probably seed catalogs that you're familiar with, and maybe even order from yourself. But if I don't include one that you like in my list today, please let me know below, because I really like to evaluate new opportunities. And it gives me the opportunity for another video at some point in the future, maybe next year, to discuss the hidden gems that I'm just not aware of. The first catalog that I'm going to highlight comes from Seed Savers Exchange. Now, I really like this organization. Their whole purpose for being is to have seeds available for gardeners. But those seeds are seeds that you won't find almost anywhere else. They're typically heirloom seeds that have been passed down from generations. Seed Savers Exchange encourages an actual exchange that you can participate in. They are a great library of seeds, and their catalog is wonderful. As soon as you open the Seed Savers Exchange catalog, you'll immediately see the beautiful photographs. Every single seed has a photograph of what the plant or the fruit will look like at maturity. There's information included, like recipes of the plants that are covered on that page. For something like lettuce, they'll describe different types, like butterhead, crisphead, loose leaf, romaine, so you can understand a little bit more about what lettuce is and the different types that can be grown. The pictures, of course, are fantastic. Along the way, they'll give information like on how to build a simple tomato trellis. Have you ever seen so many beautiful tomatoes and herbs? And they even get to the flowers in the back of the catalog. There's lots to choose from here. Most of their seed packets run about $3.25, and they'll highlight how many seeds you get. So for $325, you'll get 100 of these particular seeds in the sunflower family. But over here, you only get 50 seeds for the $3.25. So I like that they keep the prices pretty consistent, and they just vary the number of seeds that you get depending on what it is you're ordering. In the back, they give information on all the different plant types, a few notes, and then tell you how many days to expect for germination, how deep to plant it, how far apart, and how to save the seeds. This is some unique information that you don't see in a lot of other catalogs. As much as I like Seed Savers Exchange Seed Catalog, there is some information that's lacking in it. It doesn't give you the full picture of how to take care of your plants. But this next catalog from High Mowing Organic Seeds adds that extra information. And that's just one of the reasons that I like this catalog. This company has 100% certified organic, non-GMO seeds. It's filled with information that talks about the seeds and how to grow them. And one of the best things I like about this company is that they give free shipping on orders over $10. So if you just want a few packets, this might be the way to go. High Mowing Organic Seeds is another catalog that as soon as you open it up, you'll see the beautiful pictures. It's also laid out alphabetically. One of the nicest things about this catalog is that as each category of seed is introduced, they give you information on how to grow it. They talk about diseases and pests that will affect this particular plant. They'll give you keys to the resistance capability of the seeds to follow. And then it gives you the specs of the individual seeds. Now, even though every seed has a picture, the pictures aren't as big and they're not as pretty as Seed Savers Exchange. And it's a little more difficult to understand the pricing because they'll list all of the seeds in one list and then tell you the prices based on how many seeds you want. So this does tend to be a catalog for people who have already ordered from catalogs before. But the information is still great even for beginners because it continues all the way through the catalog. The information on how to grow and what to look for. And of course, the pictures of every single seed that's in the catalog. They also have flowers towards the back. If you find a catalog that you like as I begin to describe them, be aware that I am putting links in the description below to all of these catalog companies. And remember, they're free. That's one of the things I like about them. The next catalog that gives great information and is pretty much a standard is Johnny's Seeds. This is one of the thicker catalogs, partly because it's filled with so much information. One of the things that I like about Johnny's as well is that they have a section for garden tools. Many other catalogs do, but there are some tools out there that you just can't find at any other source but Johnny's. Johnny's Selected Seeds catalog is another one that's just filled with great information. It's also set up alphabetically. It has the photographs of all the individual seeds, but it does something that the other catalogs don't. For example, with the cauliflower, it tells you the tolerance for heat and cold of each individual one, and it'll actually tell you when you should transplant the little seedlings that you would have grown inside. And for every plant, it gives you a great list of information on the culture, on how to plant it. Just like high mowing, it tells you about the diseases and the pests. This will tell you how and when to harvest the individual plants, and then additionally how you can store what you harvest. The prices are broken down underneath each individual picture and seed, depending on how many you want to buy. Now, I do find that Johnny's does tend to be a little more expensive than some of the other options from other companies, but the information in here is just spectacular. If you're familiar with the 3 catalogs I've covered so far and agree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you've had bad experiences or think differently, well, let me know that too, because I think it's important to exchange information so we all understand what we think is good in a catalog, especially if you have another recommendation. And as I move to my top 2, I'm pretty sure that almost every gardener I know orders from them. The first is the Territorial Seed Company catalog. And I've ordered from Territorial for years. Their choices, their selections of unique plants is pretty incredible. The catalog is not as flashy, but it does have great information. The Territorial Seed Company catalog is smaller, but it follows the same general pattern that we've seen so far. It also has a very good section that tells about the culture of the plant, the sowing of the seeds, the transplanting of the seedlings, and then of course insects, diseases, and how to harvest and store. The pictures aren't as big and aren't as flashy, but one of the things I really like about Territorial is they talk a lot more about the flavors. They'll talk about each individual plant, how it grows, whether it's organic or not, but how to use it. Like in this case, you just use a simple drizzle of olive oil and vinegar for devil's tongue lettuce. I order a lot from this catalog. The prices are very affordable, and you have options as to how many seeds that you want to purchase. They also offer fruits and fruit plants that you might not see in other catalogs. And then, of course, they'll give you the option to buy some tools in the back of their catalog as well. If you're new to seed catalogs and you really want a good one to start with, Territorial is one that I highly recommend. But that does lead us to my number 1 choice, what I think is the best seed catalog. And I'm guessing you've already figured out what it is if you're familiar with seed companies, because this is kind of the gold standard, the Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company catalog. It's beautiful. It's filled with information. And it's one of those catalogs that every gardener should look at, if nothing else, but for inspiration. The Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds catalog is simply just gorgeous. It's beautiful pictures with bright, vibrant colors and varieties of plants that you probably have never heard of, like a black nebula carrot. How beautiful is that? A black carrot with a purple interior. The varieties here are just absolutely amazing, and that's what makes it so easy to order from this catalog. This is easily the most beautiful one to look at. It doesn't have the in-depth growing information that the other catalogs have, but it does include a lot about the seed, like where it came from, in this case a China lettuce. And it does give you a little bit of information about how to use it and how to grow it. It's not as in-depth for brand new gardeners to tell you how to do it, but I guarantee you when you look at these pictures, you will find something that you just have to try in your garden. Definitely get yourself a Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company catalog. You will not be sorry. Now, those are my top 5, but there's a lot of other catalogs I get every year and that I'll order seeds from. Here are a few that I like, and then I'll point out why I don't think their catalogs are the best. One is Annie's Heirloom Seeds. The next is Select Seeds. And then there's the Jung Seeds and Plants catalog. Annie's Heirloom Seeds is another one of those that most experienced gardeners know and order from. It's got a lot of great pricing, but you don't have the pictures that match up with each of the seeds. So unless you know exactly what you're looking for, it's really hard to go through this catalog and pick out a particular new variety. Some of it is explained pretty well and it gives you an idea, but I think the biggest limitation to this catalog is the lack of pictures and the lack of in-depth information. I like Annie's, but it's just not one of the best catalogs. I like what Select Seeds has to offer, but they focus on flowers. And many gardeners are looking for vegetable seeds. It's a great selection of flowers. It's good pictures, not a lot of in-depth growing information. And so because this is just flowers only without the vegetable option, that's why I don't categorize this as one of the best catalogs. But it is pretty good if you're looking for some unique flower varieties that you want to add to your landscape. I've had good success with the seeds and plants from Jung Seeds and Plants catalog. They offer a lot of different options when it comes to trees, for instance, and nuts. They don't have as big a selection when it comes to some of the vegetables. Their pictures aren't as big and flashy. Their prices are quite reasonable, but they just don't have the in-depth information that I like to see. I order from this catalog, but as far as the information or the wow factor, it's pretty basic. If I didn't cover one that you're passionate about, by all means let me know in the comments below. When I gardened at the Galileo Garden, I was ordering 50 to 75 different catalogs a year. So I've been exposed to quite a few, and that's how I was able to determine what I think are the 5 best. But there's lots of other good catalogs out there. This is a subjective list, what I think is the best, but I don't think you can go wrong with any of the top 5. If you'd like to learn more about gardening, see more videos that are coming out every week, well then subscribe to the GardenerScott channel. And be sure to click on the bell when you subscribe so you know when new videos are coming out. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and be sure to share it with others who might have similar interests. I'm GardenerScott. Enjoy gardening.